Okay.
All good.
Hello and welcome everyone to Flip the Switch, Feel Better, Do More, our very first event. My name's Shanley Barning, for those who don't know me. If you want to hear my testimony and how I came to be involved with these products, please look at our event and you'll see my video in that for you to look into further. But I would like to introduce you to Tony Dingle, who brought me into this beautiful business, and so very thankful for it. So take it away, Tony.
Thanks, Shanley. And I'm much the same as Shanley. I've shared my story and how I came to be here today with these incredible products and incredible people. If you have missed it, it's in our Facebook event that we've set up for today. So please go back and check it out. But basically, I reached out to Rhonda, the beautiful Rhonda. She's a nutritional therapist down at the Sunny Coast, because she is doing exactly what I want to be doing. And I put her in touch with a girlfriend of mine. It's sort of where it all started, to help them out with a bit of a health journey. And when I spoke to her, she was telling me about all of this science that I knew about on these products, that I've been reading about for years and years and years. And as part of my business, I always wanted to do the probiotics and bone broths and all that kind of thing. I wanted to sell on the side, as well as do workshops educating people about gut health. So when Rhonda told me about these products and she was talking about the science and everything, I was like, can I sell it? Can I have that in my business? And she said, yes, absolutely. And it wasn't until after I got off the phone and she gave me a few bits and pieces to read up on, and the testimonials and whatever else. And yeah, that was when I started thinking, oh no, this is too good to be true, because the testimonials were just, I mean, you would have seen for yourself in the events group. They're just incredible. And so I decided to do a trial on friends and family, just to make sure that it all stood up and that I could align myself with the company and the products. And I can hand on heart say 110%, if not more, these products are incredible. And I just am so passionate about sharing them with the world. So that's much to do with why we're here today. And I'd really like to introduce Rhonda and Madeline Crow, who is an occupational therapist also at the Sunny Coast. And they're going to be sharing that science that I was just telling you about. So thank you, ladies, so much.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so yes, my name is Rhonda Muller. I live on the Sunshine Coast and I have 4 children. Our 2 youngest ones live with us here on the Sunny Coast. I'm a nutritional therapist. I predominantly work with women and children. Pediatric special needs and mental health is my passion. And I also work in the realms of natural anti-aging, because I am a grandmother now as well. I'm also an education consultant, so that pretty much helps me with, I help people steering them in front of any kind of support or therapies, therapists, funding and things like that. And I'm also a biohacker. So I won't get too much into my story, but just to give you a bit of background, it was actually Madeline that introduced these products to me, and a bit like Tony, when I was talking to Tony, it really felt like it was just all too good to be true. And I had actually been studying oxidative stress and mitochondria, etc., since 2009 because of my own personal needs for my youngest son. And if you're not familiar with that, then jump onto my Facebook page and you'll see my little video testimonial as well. But yeah, it's something that's I'm super passionate about, reducing oxidative stress and mitochondria, natural holistic solutions that are heavily science-based. And that's why I've aligned myself with the products and the company, because they have the same values as me, very natural, holistic, and very heavily science-based. So biohacker, I'm not sure if you've heard of the term biohacker before. So pretty much it means, you know, someone who uses science or technology to make our bodies function better, more efficiently, just as nature intended. It's a bit like, you know, instead of eating McDonald's, you're going to eat Whole Foods. Instead of taking the elevator, you might take the stairs. I think most of us have actually been biohacking for many years and we just haven't been aware of it. So let me just ask you, how in case, considering that we're biohacking, how healthy do you think you are, in regards to your lifestyle? Are you getting some movement happening? Are you eating well, etc.? As a nutritional therapist, I actually thought I was eating really well, but unfortunately my energy levels really started to crash because of, the amount of stress that I was under, the community, etc. Having a child with special needs takes its toll. So, our community, are you getting the support from the people that are around you? Are they lifting you up? Our environment, I think we'd all agree that our environment's way more toxic than what it was 50 years ago. Herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, the air that we're breathing, etc. And all of these things actually impact upon our genetic profile. And this is where we touch on epigenetics. So, for example, if we're not eating well, if we're not sleeping well, the mindset, the stress, etc., they all play a big role on our genetic profile. And what we know now through science is that we can actually change our genetics. We can biohack with nutrigenomics. So nutrigenomics is a pretty, it's a relatively new term. Not everyone's heard of it. But what it means is that we're using natural compounds, foods and vitamins and things like that to impact upon our genetic profile. So that's a lot more than, our genome is a lot more than blue eyes, blonde hair, etc. It's about every part of our body, and we're looking at how we can switch on our good genes, and this is impacting upon our health decline. I think we'd all agree we're living a long life, but not necessarily a long healthy life. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about today is nutrigenomics, activating our bodies to work as nature intended to address the health decline, the aging decline, because we want to be living healthy, happy, lives all the way until, our 90s, our hundreds, and have that energy to burn and that focus and concentration, that clarity. But unfortunately, the natural aging process really takes a toll, and that natural aging process is really significantly impacted by free radicals. So if you go back to, biology in high school, you sort of cast your memory banks back to free radicals. So free radicals are a normal aging process. But the problem is that when it goes into excessive amounts of free radicals. And free radicals is a normal process by breathing, metabolizing food, etc. But where we come unstuck is that we have excessive amounts from pollution, our stress levels, radiation, toxins, and more. And this free radicals actually leads to oxidative stress. And oxidative stress leads to oxidative damage. So what causes it? Well, diet, smoking, medication, pollution, whether we're getting enough exercise or too much, alcohol, toxins, like I was talking about, pesticides, flame retardants on our clothing, genetically modified foods, glyphosate, Roundup. These things all impact upon our cellular health. So oxidative stress, oxidative damage, it's a bit like, we cut an apple or an avocado in half and we leave it on the kitchen bench. You see it starting to go brown right before your eyes. Same thing is happening to us on a cellular level. It's oxidization. It's rusting on a cellular level. And that impacts upon every part of our body. Okay, it's present in all systems of our body. It's systemic. We cannot avoid this. And the issue is that our body is being bombarded by oxidative stress. And the only way that we can get on top of this with the solution is with antioxidants. The hurdle is that most people aren't aware, excuse me, unfortunately, our body's production starts to drop down. We actually stop making our own antioxidants. And some people aren't even aware that we have that ability. And it's actually the NRF2 system. It's a pathway in our bodies that every mammal is born with. And unfortunately, that starts to switch off around our mid-20s. That's why they say, it's all over the hill when, once you're in your mid-20s, you hit your 30s, you're old and moldy, and this is the actual scientific aging. It's a natural process, but it's really escalated because of our environment. And again, it impacts upon every part of our body. So how much oxidative stress do we actually have? Well, they say we have 37 trillion cells, and potentially we're making millions of free radicals in every single cell. So that's about 3.72 quintillion free radicals. Now, we know that through science is that we need one antioxidant molecule to counteract one free radical molecule. Now, as a nutritional therapist, we've been using vitamins and minerals and food, huge amounts of vitamins and minerals, excuse me, to try and counteract the free radicals. So we've, antioxidants, for example, punnet of blueberries has about 6,500 antioxidant molecules. That's going to counteract 6,500 free radical molecules. How many tubs of blueberries would you need to consume to wipe out 3.7 quintillion free radicals? We would turn blue in this process. It's not sustainable, right? So if we can activate that NRF2 pathway again, we can actually wipe out millions of free radicals rather than using external, exogenous free antioxidant molecules. So for example, as a nutritional therapist, I still recommend that we eat really good wholesome foods, a good variety of foods, more the better. It's good for your gut bacteria, etc. But we cannot eat our way out of this problem. So that NRF2 pathway that we're all born with, if we can switch that back on, we can flick that switch and turn that back on, we can produce our own antioxidant molecules, catalase, glutathione, and SOD. This is super powerful, okay? This is way more effective than trying to eat our way out of this. It's absolutely fantastic. And this example here, we have in regards to a massive house fire, okay? If we have trying to use food, antioxidants, external antioxidants, it's like you're throwing a glass of water on a house fire. That's the 1-to-1 ratio. When we activate that NRF2 pathway, it's like every single sprinkler in the house turns on, the fire brigade turns up, and everyone in the neighborhood rocks up with a hose and a bucket. We're going to put that fire out within seconds or even minutes, okay? This is what we're talking about, activation. We're flicking on a switch. So as a nutritional therapist, for many, many years, we were using copious amounts of nutrients as therapy. This is not supplementation. This is activation. This is flicking on a switch again to activate that NRF2 pathway. And this is why I absolutely love this company and the products, because you cannot find anything like this on the market. It's absolutely 100% natural. Activation compared to supplementation. So supplementation, if we need B6 or B12 or zinc or iron or magnesium, this is totally different. This is activating our body's natural anti-aging, activating our bodies to work as nature intended. So the company LifeVantage, they know about the NRF2 pathway, okay? And they've formulated a product with just 5 beautiful herbs, 5 beautiful natural ingredients that activate that NRF2 pathway again. It's approved by the TGA, Banned Substance Control Group, and the NSF. So the Banned Substance Control Group means that we have Olympians on this. It's perfectly safe for athletes to take this. And it's NSF approved as well, meaning it's been triple tested for pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. Whatever is listed on the bottle is exactly what you get, what you're going to open the bottle and swallow every day. You know that it's sound. So milk thistle is brilliant for liver, bacopa great for brain, cognitive ability, etc. Ashwagandha, fantastic for moods, adrenals. Green tea, as we know, it's an antioxidant, and so is turmeric. It's absolutely fantastic. Most of us are quite familiar with green tea extract and turmeric. And rest assured, the caffeine content in this is less than a cup of decaffeinated tea or coffee. That's super important for me. So what happens is that when we take this 1 tablet a day, we're increasing our superoxide dismutase, catalase, and glutathione. Glutathione is increased by 300%. That's amazing. You know, this is glutathione. I recommend just go and Google the benefits of glutathione. You would be absolutely amazed, okay? So superoxide dismutase is increased by 30%, catalase 54%, and like I said, glutathione by 300%. This product will counteract 1 million free radicals, okay? Major improvements, absolutely fantastic. So what would we need if we were actually using that 1-to-1 ratio compared to taking 1 tablet a day? We would need 87 glasses of red wine, 120 vitamin C tablets, 375 oranges, and about maybe 5 kilos of blueberries a day. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not sustainable. We'd end up with other health issues if we were to do this. So my recommendation, yes, it's easy, it's super simple, and it's science-based. Take 1 tablet a day. So this study over here, excuse me for turning to the right, I've got another screen. This study over here shows our levels of oxidative stress start to really increase because in our mid-20s, right? So this is what happens when you put Protandim in the mix. There's, you know, a blood study that they did from taking a blood draw from people aged 20 to 80. And initially, they could definitely tell the age group of the people without it being identified how old they were. On a cellular level, they could tell that the oxidative stress was significant. But after a period of 120 days, this is what happened. Cellular level, they could no longer identify the difference between the age groups. They all had the blood of a 20-year-old. This is what we're talking about, natural anti-aging. Do you look at children and you think, I wish I had half their energy? Absolutely. This is what we're talking about. You get activated and this is what happens. It's natural anti-aging. Now, you might be thinking, like I was, I'm already taking all of those herbs. I was too. However, my energy kept crashing, absolutely crashing, to the point where I could not get out of bed. I would get up and do the dishes and I'd have to lay back down. I could not get into my clinic. I would have to work from the comfort of my own bed. And I was already doing vitamins and minerals. I was eating really well and I was taking a truckload of herbs as well. It wasn't until I started the NRF2 activator that I significantly realized it's the synergistic blend. This is 18 times more effective than the sum of all those ingredients. This is super powerful. It's why I've aligned with the company. It is, you can't get these products anywhere else. So the response to this product, Protandim, there are many journal articles, magazines, books, etc. The Heart Association of America have published an article in their journal Circulation, and they did a study on the Protandim themselves. Sanjay Gupta, he's had over 40 years of experience in breakthroughs in medicine, and he talks about Protandim in his books. There are many other journals, and this is just a touch of them. We actually have 31 peer-reviewed journals, studies, and we have 26 of them are on PubMed. I'm not sure if you're aware of PubMed. It's pubmed.gov. I recommend that you go on there and have a look at these studies. Protandim's been, oxidative stress and oxidative damage has been linked to over 2,000 conditions. This is absolutely amazing. Have a look at this, okay? Now, all of these peer-reviewed studies on PubMed are all independently researched. The company has nothing to do with this. And that was a big tick for me. Because when Madeline initially brought this information to me, I initially said, look, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. This is direct selling. It's network marketing. What are you doing? Why are you bringing this to me? And she said, Rhonda, there's 26 peer-reviewed studies on PubMed. If I could get you on a call with a pediatrician, would you be open to actually listening to what he has to say? And I said, well, are you talking that there's pediatricians actually using this and recommending it? And she said, yes. And there's also cardiologists and doctors and nurses and chiros and physios. It was just gobsmacking. That's why I actually looked at it. Okay. So when I saw this statement from Washington State University, they were saying NRF2 activation is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. That is absolutely amazing. When you think of the history of health, what do you think of? I immediately thought of, cochlear ear implant, stents, triple bypass, penicillin, all of these things. And they are saying NRF2 activation is potentially the most extraordinary thing. So this is why I've aligned myself with this company and the products. After me taking the products for 3 days, I was jumping out of bed. I'm in my 50s and I was jumping out of bed after 3 days thinking, oh my goodness, this sounds too good to be true. I've got my energy back, focus, concentration. I just feel so lucky to have been introduced to these products. The feedback that I get from my clients is exactly the same. Some of the testimonials that I get, mums come to me and they are at breaking point. They're ready to run away. 2 weeks later, they're sending me back testimonials saying, I'm focused, I'm calm, I'm ready to implement changes, Rhonda. What's the next step? So this is why I do this. I absolutely love what I do. The people are fantastic. The company is brilliant. Like I said, 100% natural, holistic approach, heavily science-based. It's, to me, a no-brainer. So now I'd like to hand over to Madeline Crow. She's the lady that actually introduced me to the products. Madeline has 4 children. Just like myself, and she's based here on the Sunshine Coast, and she is super passionate about holistic health as well. So Madeline, I'll pass over to you, Dal, and you can introduce us and talk us through in regards to mitochondrial health, gut health, and explain a little bit how people can actually get their hands on these products. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. I was just listening to you explaining about NRF2 and I was thinking, I think I'm more excited about NRF2 today than I was on the day that I discovered everything about NRF2. I remember the first time my friend told me about this, I was struggling with fatigue. I've got 4 kids, like you said, Rhonda, and I thought I've got 4 reasons to be this tired. But then when I started with these products, before I started with these products, I rolled my eyes. I was on so many supplements, and then I started with these products and I had amazing energy. It's different for every single person. For me personally, it was the second day. I remember laying in bed and thinking, it can't be true. It's too easy. You can't just swallow a tablet and you have this amazing energy and sleeping really well. But really, this is what happened for me. And with my health background, I was thinking, oh my goodness, why haven't I heard of this before? We need to shout this from the rooftops. People need to know about this. People are biohacking. People want to know more. People want to live to their truest and best potential that they physically possess. So Rhonda, if you can flick over the slide, we're going to go into the second switch. So as Rhonda mentioned, the NRF2 is an amazing switch that you can flick. We've got another switch called the NRF1 switch, also heavily impacted by the aging process, by environmental factors, oxidative stress, viruses that you have, toxic chemicals. Now, if you have a look on that picture, if you can remember from high school biology, those red organelles, those are the mitochondria. Unlike that picture, you do not have 3 mitochondria per cell, you've got thousands. You've got mitochondria in every single cell of your body except for your red blood cells. And if we talk about energy, we do not only think about the energy that you have in the morning when you open your eyes, it also relates to every single cell's inherent energy. So if you think about your organs, your heart, your brain, your lungs, your muscles, you need energy for that organ to do its job properly. Now, unfortunately, with the aging process, the mitochondria that you have decline in number, you've got less mitochondria and function. So the mitochondria that you do have, they're not working properly. And you can have the prettiest car in your driveway. If you remove the battery, your car's not going anywhere. And this is the same. These are the batteries of your cells. So you really want to pump up your cells with great and healthy mitochondria. Also, the mitochondria has its own DNA. What Rhonda explained with the NRF2, that is all about flicking on the good switches in your cell DNA. If you flick on your mitochondria's DNA, there's going to be better communication between the mitochondria and the cell. So this is absolutely something that you want to look into. And like the NRF2, where we have the synergy working amongst those 5 ingredients, there's also a synergy working amongst the NRF1 and NRF2. If you use it in combination, you're going to have a much greater effect. So again, this is 5 natural ingredients: L-carnitine, quercetin, grapeseed extract, ALA, and CoQ10. It's going to help you to build more mitochondria, more ADP, so that your cells can do what it's supposed to do in terms of your energy production. That in turn will help with your sleep, with your cellular repair. Again, this is approved by the the Banned Substances Control Group, the NSF. My husband is a triathlete. He felt absolutely amazing on the NRF2, and then he started with the NRF1. And my husband is 10 years older than I am. He turned 50 last year. He sent me a message last year, just before his 50th birthday, to say, I've just done my personal best in the pool. At the age of almost 50, he was doing better than he did in his early 20s. This is absolutely extraordinary. This is next level. And again, like Rhonda said, this is not because L-carnitine or quercetin or bacopa is so great on its own. It's that punch, it's that blend, it's the recipe. It took Joe McCord and his team 2,500 blends and 40 years to get to these results. So absolutely brilliant. Then if we look at the last pillar of health, we need to look at gut health. Most of you will know that gut health is extremely important. Hippocrates said that all disease begins in the gut, so we must conclude that it's important to pay attention. Now, when most people buy gut probiotics, they read the label, and when they see 60 billion, they are really impressed with that amount. Unfortunately, whatever you put in your stomach in your mouth has to travel through your stomach first, and your stomach acid is going to disintegrate the good probiotics. Therefore, it's really important that our product has the DR caps. It is a slow released capsule. That means it's going to take 52 seconds for this capsule to dissolve before it breaks open and releases the gut probiotics. Also, you do want to look at the quality of the strains. We've got 6 billion strains, and it's high quality patented strains. And then also we contain beta-glucan. That is extremely important for your immune health. So I would highly recommend that you use the NRF2, the NRF1 in combination with a probiotic, because it's going to elevate your health on all 3 levels.
Can I just quickly touch on there? We also have that special as well. So maybe Tony can mention that towards the end, because it actually ends this Saturday.
Yes. Yeah. So if I can mention it now, if you put in an order before the end of the week, so Saturday, the 1st of August is the last day. If you have an order that you put in $150 or more, you will get a free probiotic. It's valued at $88. It is huge value. Just to give you an indication, I've got a friend, I'm originally from South Africa. She lives in South Africa. I sent her a bottle because she really had a lot of issues with her gut. Towards the end of the first month, she called me and she said, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm too scared to look in the bottle to see how many I have left. I know I'm going to run out. I cannot go back to where I was before. You better make a plan. I need more of this probiotic. So really great results and high quality. Thanks, Rhonda. And then also the NRF2 science that Rhonda explained, we have that in a skincare and a hair care regime. Now, if you think hair care, skincare, don't think the normal products that we use. This is not all about being pretty. When I was first introduced to this, I thought, I'm not really that fast. When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't see a whole lot of wrinkles and gray hair. So we'll leave it for a little bit. But do you know that you are exposed to oxidative stress in your skin, your hair? And the reason why the company started with a skincare system is there was a university, Louisiana State University. They have done studies on the effects of NRF2 on skin health. And after they have seen absolutely incredible results, they came to the company and they said, we don't know if you know, but you've got amazing science and we recommend that you put it into a skincare set. Now, what I really love is that it's personalized nutrition. It's NRF2. It's going to activate the NRF2 in your skin cells. That means whether you have dry skin, sensitive skin, oily skin, this will help your cells because it's personalized nutrition. Super simple, super easy to use. It's a 4-part system: the facial cleanser, perfecting lotion, the eye serum, and then the anti-aging cream. We've got a cardiologist in the US. He's around, I would say, 50. He said that he has never used skincare before. Then he joined the company because of all our amazing science. He started to use the skincare, and a couple of years later, he had to travel internationally, and they gave him a hard time at the border control because he didn't look like the person on his passport photo. So this is absolutely extraordinary. It's light, it's not oily. I absolutely love this. And then also, if you look at skin and hair care products, you also want to consider how toxic that is. Like Rhonda mentioned, our environment. You cannot control your larger environment really properly. If you're living in a city with a lot of pollution, that's basically what you have. But in your home, what are you exposing yourself to? Whatever you put on your skin, it will be in your bloodstream within 26 seconds. And I can tell you this is absolutely clean. There's an app, Think Dirty. You can download that onto your phone and you can see how clean this is. So these are some results of the skincare. As you can see, that is absolutely dramatic. If I look at that as an occupational therapist, my whole function is all about looking at capacity. How can we improve people's function? That is way more than you've been in the sun for too long and you've got sun damage. That is really significant. And my heart breaks when I look at those before photos. And it's so amazing to see how their lives have been changed after using the skincare. As I mentioned, we've got the hair care too. Same science, NRF2 activated. It's the shampoo, conditioner, and the scalp serum. The scalp serum is really the magic. It's going to give you appearance of fuller, thicker hair, as you can see on those photos. Really incredible results. It's not months and years. That guy on the left, it looks like a different head. It's 6 weeks. And it's all natural. It's NRF2. You're activating those cells on your scalp. That lady on the right, her mum is aligned with the company. She heard that the company is bringing out this hair care system. She called the company and she said, we cannot wait for you to launch this product. You need to send us some samples. And they did. And that is what happened for her. Again, if I look at those photos before, I see a lack of confidence. I see the world is really a hard place to be in. And after 2 months, she has amazing recovery. So that is absolutely brilliant. I just love that. So this is the app that I talked about, Think Dirty. Download that onto your phone. Go into your bathroom and scan your products. It will be an interesting experience. Unfortunately, so many of the products that we use are so very toxic. So it's important that we really protect ourselves and our family. Now, this company is really focused on good quality. Our products are triple tested by the NSF. That means they are testing for insecticides, pesticides, heavy metals. We are approved by the Banned Substances Control Group. So we've got many Olympic athletes. Absolutely, quality is our #1 focus. So you know that when you are using these products, you are going to get the best outcome for your health. So if you are sitting there thinking, how do I start? We've got a couple of different ways that you can get started. You can become a customer. You can get these products into your body as soon as possible, biohack all of your cells, or you can join us as being a part of our team. As Rhonda mentioned, we've got so many credible doctors and professionals aligned with this company. Now, that does not mean that you need to be a healthcare professional. It just shows you that we are credible. We've got amazing research. And ultimately, I just want to say, this is not about the money. We know that money is important. We need to pay the bills. But this is about dreaming big. I want you to go back in your mind to you being a 5-year-old. What did you dream about? Did you dream about sitting in a cubicle and slaving your life away? You as an 18-year-old, what did you dream about? Did you want to live life, travel, have abundance? Because that's my story. That's what happened with me. I was 18-year-old. I had massive dreams, and then life happened, and life was just so busy. And I had my own private practice, and I was burning the candle at both ends. I had 4 kids, and I remember the day. I was about 30 years old, and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, is this it? Because this is not what I envisioned for my life. So if you are looking for more, if you are a motivated individual, great work ethic, wanting to leave a legacy and really change lives, we would be so honored to have you join our team so that we can help you, align with you, so that we can help you live your dreams. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand back to you, Tony.
Thank you so much, Madeline and Rhonda and Shanley, for helping to present today. I hope everyone really enjoyed it. I know I'll never ever tire of hearing any of this because it's just so incredible. And please, if you have liked what you've seen today and you'd like to order, let me know, reach out, or whoever has invited you along, reach out to them. And also, if you have a loved one or a friend, you know, that you think may be able to benefit, please pass this information on. It's, you know, very, very, I'm passionate about this and I want to share it with the world, and the more people that can hear about this, the better. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks so much for taking the time to come along, and yeah, have a great rest of the day.